Hey y'all, welcome back. It's your girl Chandie. We're back another week. Welcome back. Thank you for listening. It's the Chandie Speaks podcast. Yes, I'm back. I'm still here in beautiful Sedona, Arizona. Beautiful Sedona, Arizona. It is the day after 420 and I'm sitting in my van, basically parked up for the night right now. It's like almost 7:30 in the evening. I'm gonna let you guys know real quick. I'm gonna throw in a clip. This is gonna be a clip episode. I'm gonna try and talk through as much as I can. Can you hear me okay? I'm gonna try and talk through as much as I can on this right now, but yeah, I had a long day where I did have a guest star planned to come on the show. Very special, beautiful person that I just met, fellow van lifer here, and I don't want to talk too much about her because we plan on getting it correct. Basically what's going on is like I can't figure out how to get two microphones recording at the same time on my computer. Either it's like the hub is different, the converter, or is not good, or like my laptop is not good. Something's not working because every time I've had a guest star, I know you guys really find this interesting, but it's kind of irritating at this point because I've had like 3 different times where I've had a guest star ready. You guys have heard me talk about it before, where we'd go through the whole episode. We did test runs, mic checks, and at the end of it all, one of the microphones was not recording because somehow it's connected to the hub, the multi USB hub, but it's not letting both of them record or give out take the input of the sound, the recording at the same time, and it's bugging me out, bro. I'm tired of these beautiful conversations. We go in and it just felt so natural and authentic. And you know, she's a content creator, she's an artist as well, so you know, someone who takes pride in their shit, you know, got a reputation of her own, so I get it. She's like, we can't put that up. You can kind of hear her in the background because of the sound of my mic, because only one mic is able to record, but it's not great quality. And, you know, for anyone who's been following me since my Van Life Diaries days, you know, it really wasn't that bad, relatively to some really poor recordings I've had in the past. Like, don't have the best recording equipment. But either way, we spent basically the whole day together chopping it up and trying to get this recording to record. We did a bunch of test runs and finally decided that, you know, it just wasn't going to happen today. So I say all that to say, like, I'm tired. You guys know that I have been working this new night auditing position at this hotel that I work at here in beautiful Sedona. So my sleep schedule has been, you know, just trying to transition and adjust to these new changes. So I'm kind of tired right now. I'm basically about to just go to sleep right after I finish recording this and editing this, and hopefully it'll be something. Either way, like, I committed to making these episodes just for myself. Anyway, that was like a long-winded intro. What am I going to get into? So yesterday was 420. You know, not that deep if you're already a regular smoker, pothead, whatever. But I found, you know, a little celebration treat for myself at the local dispensary, and I got a Keef cola. It was like a cream soda infused with cannabis, 100 milligrams of cannabis, and I drank the whole can. I drank half the can before I remembered that it had weed in it. Luckily, I didn't have to work that day. I didn't have to work until later, so I drank it like basically first thing in the morning. Half the can, and I was like, oh my god, you don't even taste the weed. It tastes just like a real cream soda. And then I started feeling it right away, and I was like, okay. An hour later, I sipped on it for like the next hour, and basically I fell asleep. It put me right out. I slept. I got a good sleep. So that was my 420. Merry Weedmas to all the stoners out there. If you don't smoke weed, I get it. You know, it's kind of, I spent the whole day sleeping. Could have been more productive, but you know, I was tired. I did need the sleep. That was my 420. And you know what? I'm proud of myself because, like, I'm getting older. I'm getting mature and older, and like there was a time in my life I just remember to like a young version of myself where I would flip the fuck out if I didn't have plans for 420. It was like basically like New Year's Eve for potheads. If I didn't have plans or a bunch of pot for 420 or something to do or somewhere to go, I would be flipping the fuck out. I'd be a big old brat about it. And this year, last few years actually, I haven't been around many stoners. Like I was in Georgia. Y'all know I was in Georgia for the last 2 years, so it's very illegal out there. So I'm not really around the culture of that then. And then this year, it's like, I wasn't even thinking about it. I don't have a circle of people I smoke with. I kind of just, hit the joint a couple times at night. So I didn't even realize it was 420 until like the day of. And that's when I was like, oh, okay. They were having this crazy, ridiculous sale at the dispensary. So I just bought a nice infused cream soda. It was nice. It was delicious. Moving right along here. I'm really just trying to get like a good 20 minutes of this before I throw in this clip. Let me give you like a little disclaimer of the clip. I haven't actually... So the clips, by clip episode, I mean a recording that I made for myself. I make a lot of these recordings. I spend a lot of time by myself. I do van life solo 100% 365 days of the year. So I talk to myself a lot. I have some of these recordings that I make for the podcast, but I also have a lot of recordings that I make for myself to reflect on later that no one else is supposed to hear. I call it the Chandie Speaks with God recordings, or the Chandie Speaks with God podcast. It's only for me and God. And sometimes I'll play back these recordings and be like, okay, I didn't say anything too out there or too personal where it's something that I feel like I should share, where I feel called to share it, where it's shareable. Even if I don't feel called to share it, if it's like, it's not going to hurt anybody for sharing it. It was just me getting a good rant out or something like that. And on a side note, I have been actually noticing that I've been getting it out still, but without recording myself doing it. And I think it's because subconsciously, I know it's because maybe a part of me knows that I'll decide to later let other people hear it, and then it won't be something that's like sacred and for me and my eyes only, my ears only. So yeah, this whole journey has been very therapeutic. This all started out with me just needing someone to talk to, and I started talking to God, and then I started talking to myself, and then I started recording myself talking to myself, because that's normal. People do that all the time, right? And then the rest is history. So this clip is supposed to be, I'm not even sure because I haven't played it back too much, but it was the last one that I made, I think. What day did I make it? Today is Tuesday, April 21st, 2026. So this will be for Wednesday, April 22nd. It's the day after 420. And this recording that I made was from the 19th. So, yeah, and my battery on my laptop's going to die soon, so I can't even really talk too much. But basically, long story short, I'm pretty sure most of it's about me just processing new information, processing a new experience of, yet again, being offered supposedly like medicinal hallucinogenic drugs, for lack of a better term. I've been, like, it seems to be like a theme of every 4 or 5 episodes or so, someone is trying to offer me some prayer randomly, some stranger, or some random person is trying to offer me some kind of, uplifting, enlightening drug of some sort that I've never heard of before. Now I gotta go deep dive and do some research about it. You guys will hear it in the clip. Basically me processing it like right after receiving that information, like the offer. Not coming down on anybody. I'm pretty sure I'm going to edit out everyone's names. There's not going to be any name droppings in there or anything like that. It's just me trying to process everything, and then you guys get to hear that. Very entertaining. How much battery do I have? Because I don't even know if I have time to get into any of my notes. I have 17% battery. You guys, I do apologize. I don't even have time to get into my weekly review, my weekly J. Cole fall off review, or any of my other notes. It's just, yeah, I'm tired. I did like hours worth of, talking today with someone that I was prepared to play and let you guys listen to, but it just wasn't meant for today, so we'll get to another. So, enjoy that clip, you guys, and I will see you guys next week. Thanks for listening. See you next week. Woo-woo. A hippy-dippy woo-woo bitch. Just, if it feels right, then I do it. If it doesn't feel right, then I don't do it. Now, I understand that there's a lot of things that I don't know if there's something I should be doing, but I feel like I don't think there is. I feel like instantaneously my initial reaction in my gut, in my fourth and third and fourth heart chakras, my heart chakra and the one right before that. And if it definitely goes down to the bottom pit of my fucking soul, then definitely don't do it. But usually is where I'll feel something right around in my heart chakra and right in my sacrum. I don't know if that's the right one, or maybe the one right underneath it. But if it initially does not feel right, then it probably isn't right, right? Now we're even factoring in past experiences and past trauma that could influence how I'm reacting initially to new things that I don't understand. Even then, even after giving it logical and rational thought, even sleeping on it, and then really weighing out everything, pros, cons, good, bad, lay out all the paths that would be if I choose to go this way or that way. And if it still doesn't feel like something that's igniting in my soul, it probably isn't. I'm not going to shut it off completely, but it feels like it's just not me right now. It's not something that I'm feeling like I'm needing. As a matter of fact, now that I think about it, I don't think I've even tripped mushrooms all year. No, never mind. I say that. I smuggled, wow, look at me. I smuggled a gram of mushrooms. I totally forgot that I did that shit. I smuggled a whole gram of mushrooms into Costa Rica. Wow. I don't know if I should be admitting that publicly or not, but I straight forgot I did that shit. But yeah. So in that case, other than that time, I normally microdose a half gram, let's be real, a half gram, super microdose, because it basically at this point does nothing, once a month. Right before or after my cycle, I forget which one, but this year it was right before my cycle, and I took a half gram one day, and I took a half gram another day. I forgot which days they were. I think one day was my birthday, and I think the other day was just like some other day, I forgot. That's how minimal those trips were. I think those were like the best times that I straight forgot. I have to put that into consideration, actually, as far as my experience with Haven out there, because I totally forgot about that. I don't know, like, it was so minimal that it was forgotten about. However, it did play some kind of part in my mental, emotional state in Costa Rica towards Haven. So damn. But anyway, nothing has really been calling me to microdose every single month. Like, I literally forgot that I did it just now. I forgot that I did it in Costa Rica. I remember first that I thought I hadn't tripped all year. That's how, like, little I have been feeling called to fucking trip. It's April. It's almost May. And then I just remembered that I fucking did trip minimally in March. So nothing's calling me to do big fucking regular doses of really anything right now. Even weed is seeming very kind of overwhelming a little bit. I mean, I'm in a cycle. I'm in a nice little pattern right now. I think this was a good transition back home. I like to believe that, you know, I'm actually in a better spot how I am now, physically, spiritually, mentally, financially, than I was last year. So I'm you know, gonna give myself props for that. And then now I'm just walking in circles. I'm running in circles right now. Talking in circles. I'm sort of sleep deprived. I sort of needs to go to sleep, but I got offered fucking some kind of eye drop drug. And I don't know what inspired this recording. Other than feeling like I need to talk myself through this. Like, I'm feeling already right now that, no, I'm not going to do it. But then I thought, is that something, could I be passing up something just because I'm uncomfortable with it? How much is it that I'm uncomfortable with it versus how much you know that you don't need it? How much is it your decision based off of past trauma or deep faith and intuition? I like to believe I'm basing the decision off of deep faith and intuition. Just like I know I need no vaccine. By all means, if you want to do it, get your money, boo-boo. The best I can feel like I can do right now by myself would be DMT. And even that would be pushing it. Even that would be pushing. I was kind of pushing it the first time. I feel like I'm in a state right now to where it's like, I'm just trying to get through the day. I really could care less about getting there at a certain time. I just know that before I leave, I'll either get there or I won't get there. Really hoping to not get there. Or, I'm sorry, really hoping to not have to come back here again. So, whatever I need to learn on this earth, I need to learn. I really hope I can do that. I'm like 98% sure that I'm not coming back to this planet. I feel like I'm very content with everything that I need. It's only gonna go up from here. That I've like sort of calibrated myself into like the rhythm of my own fucking path, and kind of watching the whole fucking thing. I can see right now, visually, like about 2 years into the future. I can visually see, okay, let's say a year and a half, maybe I'm exaggerating. I can see visually about like play by fucking play about a year and a half into the future on multiple fucking timelines. And I think that's really good for me. Like, I give a fuck what it looks like, but this shit is like easy. I'm living life on easy mode right now, and I'm okay with it. I wanted to live life on easy mode. Just trying to get through the fucking day. Because life in and of itself is fucking hard. Not really. Life has been easy. Life has been really fucking easy. Truly believe it. I've been thriving to try and make life easier for me. Since the beginning. I'm giving off some kind of vibe that makes people, whether they're strangers or even loved ones, offer me fucking natural blase fucking some kind of drug, basically. Medicine, tincture, whatever people want to call it, that may or may not require shamans. And I'm starting to think of it as less like, is it something that like I'm supposed to be doing? I'm questioning if I am supposed to be doing it, but the front line of that is I don't feel like I need to. maybe I would consider it like, right, I feel like that's an educated and immature decision. I feel like that's going to be the final answer right there. Because if it was the other way around, like if I were offered it and then was like, let me, I'll be like, that actually sounds cool, but let me, sleep on it or something, get back to you about it. And I come and I do this deep dive about the whole thing, and I want to do it right off the bat. Like, I feel like it's something that I need to do. Would I still be questioning if it's something that's coming from a higher source? Did that make sense to me? I believe it did. Like, if just because it's something that I don't want to do right off rip, is that why I don't believe that it's coming from a positive source? Or, it's not that I even don't believe it. I'm just sort of contemplating if it is or if it isn't. And if it was the other way around, where I was like, right off rip, I was like, yeah, let me do it, and I still went and contemplated, would that even matter at that point? If it's something I wanted to do, would it matter to me if it came from a divine source? And if it did matter to me that it came from a divine source, would I still choose to do it if I believe that it didn't come from a divine source, but it still sounds something that I wanted to do? You know what I mean? Or something that called to me. Well, I feel like those are the same fucking things. I feel like that's just like a double negative or something. It's like, if you feel called to do it, where is that calling coming from? Where are you tuned into to where you're getting calls from things, right? And I feel like I'm called from the highest power, whatever it is. Whatever it is, I'm either gonna fucking learn a lesson from it, or it's something that needed to happen, period. I don't question anything unless I'm being guided to question. But for the most part, I'm pretty goddamn certain about my life. Pretty goddamn certain. And when things happen, things happen. I know it needed to happen, and I know I needed to learn something from it. Period. So, yeah, right off rip, my inner guidance, my higher power, did not feel the need to call on me or pull on me to go and do this. It did pull on me to come and contemplate and discover why I don't feel called to do this, and a little bit about myself, but that's probably about it. Politely decline, because it's not something that, seems like it's coming from my higher source. I don't know. And I can't really say that to a person who feels like it's coming from a higher power, or that it'll give them spiritual enlightenment. Right? It's the same shit when I go back to, I don't care what you do. Thank you for offering, but, I'm on my own path of enlightenment, and it doesn't really require that at this time. Let's just even say that. Let's just say at this time. Because I could remain open. Maybe down the line I'll be like, okay, I think I have something that I want to do. At this time, no. If you guys are trying to do it like tomorrow type shit within the next 30 days, absolutely not. Absolutely not. It'd be something that I would probably have to really plan out for several months, maybe. At this time, it's not in the cards for me. Personally, and no shade to anybody, I don't know if I'm ready to rip my shit open right now, because like, I understand having to reset. In fact, that'll just remind me to do a full dose, a full gram of mushrooms on one of these upcoming days or something. But yeah, that's about it right now. That's about it. I understand, like, I need, like, little minor resets every so often. I don't need, like, deep fucking dives, because I believe I've done this work. I believe I've deep dived pretty fucking well. Hell, I believe that I can probably even have a civil conversation with my birth mother right now. Probably. There was a time where I would definitely be like, dead ass no. So, there's growth. I should get some fucking sleep. What is it that I feel like I am lacking in my life right now that I would require? Because people have asked to pray for me. Apparently, I'm showing it all through my emotions that I have needs. And really, it's like, I don't even really have needs, or that I have some kind of pain. The pain is probably loneliness. If people ask to pray for me, like, I don't want to pray for another person. You know, that's a waste of a fucking prayer. I have health. I have 2 stable jobs. I have a somewhat stable vehicle and place to live. I have a decent support system. You know, I'm not hungry. I'm not starving. I don't have any needs. Even right now, not making like $1 billion, like, not making enough to be able to just pay my car off and book a fucking flight to Africa. Just right like that. There are people who come and rent rooms for us for several nights in a row at like $300 a night. And, you know what I mean? Like, I could never. It's not really that special of a hotel, but yeah, it's mostly based off of location and the view. People come just for the view. Pay extra for it. It's the greatest place, right? I'm grateful. I'm blessed. I have a lot to be thankful for. I don't need prayers. I believe in the power of prayer, but not only do I feel like it'd be wasted on me because I don't need anything, the energy behind that prayer is sort of what fuels the fucking prayer. I'm not trying to sound like a hippy-dippy woo-woo bitch, but I don't know where people's energy is when they're sending prayers. They're all just tools. Even prayers are sort of satanic when you think about it. Not really satanic, just sort of alchemic. It's like energy work. I don't know who they're praying to. To answer my prayers. I mean, respectfully, we're all fucking masters of our own destiny. Because of free will. God damn it. And look who has the most control and most power over people's understanding of that. To tell you how powerful you are. Because why would a few niggas go through so much just to keep people under some kind of illusion or delusion if they didn't know what they would do if they weren't under illusion, if they knew the truth? I'm telling you, it's a fucking show. It's just a movie. I'm the main character. I'm playing a background character in my own movie. I'm just navigating through. It don't matter what it is. I can always time when something's going to happen, when someone's going to appear, when a new lesson will be learned. I can always basically fucking time it. Right on, dead on balls. You know what I mean? Like tonight. What's going on today? I don't know. I don't really know. But since my last cycle, the last time I bled from my vagina, I was in another country. Let future me sink that in. The last time I bled from my vagina, I was in another country. I was in Costa Rica. So that means the time before that, everything leading up to my last menstruation in Costa Rica, that was like over the release of it, finally. It was a couple days after my birthday. Because I got some dick on the 24th, I believe. Got some strange in Costa Rica, and then I started my period like a day later. And everything leading up to that was a release. So that essentially tells me that, like, yeah, I basically went out there to get fucked. I went out there to get there, to experience my birthday. Anything that happened after those things probably didn't matter either fucking way. It was just like, it was all a bonus. I did what I came to do. I got to Costa Rica. I got to a safe place. I got some strange, and I got to experience my birthday out there. I provided that for myself. Amen. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Anything that else happened after that was just a bonus. Real talk. I don't know what else I went out there. I did go out there to skydive, and I did not do that. Coulda, shoulda, coulda, woulda. Talk about a head change. That would have been a real head change. That would have been having me coming back here for another couple weeks. Or probably would have given me the fucking balls to talk to dude and just, whatever, get rejected. Tell me every excuse that I've heard already, bro. I'm gay. I'm 25. I got a girlfriend in Nebraska or wherever. I live with my mom's. I'm not looking for a relationship. I'm not interested in you. I don't find you attractive. I think those are the basics. I think that covers every rejection that he could have said to me. Had I had the balls and the fearlessness from skydiving transfer over to ask him anything, just like about hanging out outside of this. I'm kind of glad I didn't. I'm glad that I basically won't ever see him again unless I show up there at 3 o'clock because he's in his own programming or path. I would call it a path, but it's basically he's an NPC. To me, he's basically an NPC, maybe even in his own life. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe in his own life he's got a good routine down and he's just working to get passport stamps. I don't know what he's working towards because I don't fucking talk to the guy. I'll tell you one thing. Your girl's gonna come up, though. I've been at this job for less than 30 days. Kind of starting to get the hang of the flow of energy. But I need a full 30 days to get the flow of energy, I feel. And then, yeah, I'm about to be painting my nails. I'm about to be charismatic, on point. I'm about to be coming into contact with people with money. Is really what it comes down to. And I'm trying to wrap my head around it. I'm playing all 𝘁𝗵𝗶𝘀 about it, but low key, this is a very good upgrade lifestyle wise for me. And it's a slow fucking climb, but it's gonna be a beautiful fucking climb. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to rounding out my 10th year of my passport with a stamp from fucking Africa. Bitches are fucking going to Egypt, and it's no big fucking deal. I can go to fucking Egypt for 2 weeks by myself. I totally can. It's really not even that deep. It's just Egypt, right? I gotta see it to believe it. I know, the pyramids ain't going nowhere. But I'm going somewhere. God damn it. And that's like the Disney World of black people, of Africans, to me, I feel. We just heard legendary stories about that shit growing up. It moves me right now, just in my spirit. Just right now when my spirit is telling me, go to Africa. Go see those damn pyramids. Go see those fucking pyramids, even if that's all you do. Get yourself a nice fucking hotel that has a nice view of those fucking pyramids and be set for 2 fucking weeks. My love, my lady, my girl. And you kind of got to get serious about your traveling too. The backpack fits in the fucking car. That's why I have the big backpack. And any international flights, they're just not going to give you fucking overhead storage if you broke. You got to pay hundreds more, maybe even thousands more, just so you can get a bag overhead on your flight. And check a bag. You can check a bag, and you can get an overhead flight. And you got to pay hundreds, maybe even thousands of fucking dollars for it. Just because it's an international flight. I get it. So, I gotta make sure that I can either do that, or I'm gonna have to get myself another fucking suitcase that I'll probably just give it to her. I'll just be like, hey, can you just have this? Like, can it just be yours while I'm here in the country? But when I go out of the country, I need to borrow it. Type shit. I'll just give her a new suitcase. Maybe encourage her ass to go take a fucking trip. Use it any other time that I'm not using it. Which is, I'll give you definitely a heads up. It's all yours. Really, I just need a place to store it here in the town. And when I leave the state, then I'm going to have to take it with me. Just saying. If I leave the state, I'm taking it with me. But as long as I live in Arizona, it's yours. So there's that. And I don't mean leave the state as in on a vacation. If I go on a little quick vacation to fucking Washington or Chicago, I can just fucking take this big-ass backpack. But I'm not about to waste no flights on some domestic shit. Not before I go to Africa, my bro. Unless somebody's buying it for me. It's been a long-ass trip since motherfucker bought a whole flight for your girl. But it has happened. And I've been doing it for myself, so I don't know where I'm going with this. I don't know if I smoked already. I definitely smashed that fucking cookie. And I'm definitely fucking hungry still. Definitely hungry. Don't feel like walking nowhere. Or driving. So, that's going to be a problem because, I'm going to need to eat. Can't be eating, even though it's a bed and breakfast. I assume that I'm going to eat, but best I can get is breakfast, cold, and maybe when working, and, it's nice enough to make me a fucking plate. Not guaranteed. You know what I mean? Can technically do it every day when I'm at work, too. If I want to stay for breakfast. Stay for breakfast. I'm probably going to go to sleep. I love you, Chandie.